It was a succession of top-end luxury cars which included Maybach, Rolls-Royce, and many more. Each of these cars could easily cost over tens of millions. The Lopez family looked on with a dazed expression. What the hell is going on here? What are all these cars doing here? Everyone went pop-eyed when they saw the faces of the people who alighted from the cars. They were a group of impeccably dressed, middle-aged men and women who carried an overpowering air of status and power. Each of them carried a business-savvy look synonymous to the directors of some top corporations. Huh? Isn't that the president of Far East Investments, Mr. Feliciano Hayes? What brings him here? Look, that's the general manager of Orc Investments Limited, Mr. Roberto Norris. Isn't that guy the boss of Starlight Property Development Limited, Mr. Lorenzo Woods? Oh, my God. Even Pedro Zino, the president of Hercules Property Development Company, is here too. Fabian, Henry, and the rest of them murmured among themselves into a frenzy. The names they had murmured were the super-rich and powerful leaders who ruled the corporate world of Northampton. Each of their net worth were in billions. Lopez Group looked so insignificant in the eyes of these super-rich. Any one of them could easily take out the Lopez Group without even battling an eyelid. The scale and grandeur of so many big shots coming together was a sight to behold for Harry and his men. It almost took their breath away. Harry led Fabian and the rest to hurry themselves forward and greeted the billionaires with fawning attention. "Greetings, Mr. Zino, welcome." However, nobody responded to their greetings. All the billionaires walked past them as if they were non-existent and headed straight to where Levi and Zoe were standing. How could it be? Harry said in disbelief, could it be they are here to provide funding for Zoe's project? Harry's eyes widened in stupefaction, his jaws stiffened with astonishment. Zoe froze when she saw the billionaires walking towards her. She wondered if her eyes were playing tricks on her. These were the same group of people she had approached before to solicit for their interests in her project, and they had all rejected her proposal. What's going on? What are they doing here? Hello, Ms. Lopez. I'm Feliciano Hayes from Far East Investments. Good afternoon, Ms. Lopez. I'm Pedro Zino and I represent Hercules Property Development. Nice to meet you, Ms. Lopez. I'm Lorenzo Woods from Starlight Property Development. All the billionaires introduced themselves in a humble manner towards Zoe. Everybody gasped in awe. Harry and the others from the Lopez family were utterly lost for words. It was beyond their wildest imagination to think that these billionaires would show up to fund for Zoe's project. Zoe was still trembling inside even though she tried to recompose herself. Hello everyone, how are you? Don't be nervous, Ms. Lopez. We're here to discuss our cooperation on the project. Feliciano Hayes flashed a cheesy smile. Far East Investments would be interested to invest $1 billion into your project, Ms. Lopez. Lorenzo Woods counteroffered immediately. Ms. Lopez, Starlight Property Development would be willing to provide up to $2 billion to fund your project. No, Orc Investments is willing to invest up to $3 billion. We are more than happy to provide up to $3 billion in funding and even take over the construction of your project. Please let Hercules Property Development be your partner instead. Spark Corporation would invest up to $500 million in your project. We would not ask for a share of your profits, Miss Lopez. All we want is to offer our sincere help. It was like some bidding war that had gone out of control. Every billionaire was competing to provide funding for Zoe's project. The highest bidder had offered to invest up to $700 million. Everyone was reluctant to give up on the project, which could not have taken more than $1 billion in total. But the bidding war had skyrocketed the total available funding by 10 times its original amount. The unexpected twist of events caused Harry's blood pressure to shoot up exponentially, causing him to pass out on the spot. Samuel, Sean, and the rest were almost on the verge of puking blood. What the hell is going on here? Why is everyone behaving like maniacs? It was an earth-shattering feeling for Zoe as well. She could still recall the smug and dismissive look in their eyes when they snubbed her initial proposal. Yet the same group of people were now lining up to impress her, begging her to let them invest in her project. Aaron and Caitlin were too emotional to say a single word. They could only respond with their quivering bodies. "Calm down, Zoe." Levi put his arm around her to offer his support. "Why don't you say a few words to show your appreciation for their interest in your project?" "Right, I'm so glad that all of you are keen to invest in my project." Zoe composed herself and said, "All of you are welcome to invest in my project." "Really? That's good to hear it from Ms. Lopez herself." All the billionaires let out a hefty sigh and wiped away the sweat on their brows after they heard this.